Welcome to Marketplace Africa, where we cover the biggest economic trends impacting the continent. I'm ELENI, GIOKOS, and this is Cape Town. It is South Africa's second largest city, home to almost 4 million people, and it's facing an enormous crisis as it contends with the worst drought in recorded history. Now, water restrictions have put a lot of pressure on key sectors of the economy, but business is finding ways to keep the taps on. Cape Town attracts millions of tourists to its shores every year, but many are thinking about staying away because of this. This is what's left of Theewaterskloof Dam. It has been the source of over 50% of Cape Town's water, and now it's just a terrifying sight with capacity down to below 15%. Heavy water restrictions in place, 50 litres per person per day, and this site could very well be a new normal.
What we've done is we've installed this aerator, which is 35 Rand each for this small little device. This device goes into the head of the shower and then chokes the water usage by about 50%. So roughly from about 20 litres per minute to approximately 9 litres per minute.
Garry Reid is Togosan's Cullinan Hotel General Manager. With 400 rooms, the hotel has big water guzzlers like the in-house laundry, pool and restaurant. From disposable tablecloths and napkins to saving leftover water from bottles for the garden, every drop counts. Even at full capacity, Reid says they're saving 60,000 litres per day.
You can, on a daily basis, in fact, minute by minute, hour by hour basis, check how your usage of water is happening in the hotel. It obviously takes a bit of investment because of the fact that you've got to install water meters so we can see how much water is being used in our laundry, change rooms for our staff and employees, in our kitchens, etc., etc.
For Togosan, one of South Africa's largest hotel groups, conserving water is becoming a new normal, all in a bid to avoid the day taps run dry, dubbed Day Zero.
From a Togosan group point of view, we've managed to reduce our consumption by about 40%. When Day Zero first became a reality, we embarked on quite a few initiatives with different shower heads, with aerators and taps.
And Togosan has dug deeper to find alternative water sources by tapping into the city's underground aquifers. This hotel is now completely off the municipal water grid. Many businesses and households are spending between $10,000 to $17,000 drilling boreholes hoping to strike water. That's according to Drillco CEO Trevor Hennings.
I've never seen anything like it before in my life. I've been doing this for 27 years and I've been through a number of droughts, but this is just something that is just unmanageable.
Togosan is also installing its own desalination plant capable of producing up to 450,000 litres of water. Just like the rest of the city, the company realizes if the water stops flowing, so might the visitors. In total, the group spent $850,000 on water-saving solutions.
And what we've tried to do is to just allay those fears. You know, Cape Town does have water. It is open for business. And what we're saying is come to Cape Town, but we're asking to save like a local. So there's definitely alternative water sources between quite a few properties in Cape Town.
As a city, we now use half the water we did 3 years ago.
Westgrow is an agency that promotes trade and tourism in Cape Town. The CEO says tourists only consume 1.5% of the city's water, but contributes around $3.2 billion to the city's economy every year. So if tourists stay away, it may hurt more than it helps.
From the USA and Germany, there's been an uptick in the forward bookings over last year. The UK has had a different picture. We've seen a decline in forward bookings. So we know we need to focus more of our attention in sending the message to the UK that Cape Town is open for business.
According to the Cape Town Chamber of Commerce, 7% of businesses plan to close if the city runs out of water, while 80% of businesses say water shortages threaten their ability to operate. But not every business can afford some of the water-saving solutions available. So entrepreneurs are creating small-scale options.
If it's for consumption and for soups and for teas and for coffees and for keeping people alive and for your basic expenses like miniature washers or miniature, this is the ideal because you're making water where it's needed, not taking water to where it's needed.
For under $2,000, this machine produces water from air. It harvests humidity and produces around 30 litres a day. It's not much, but can be done at a larger scale.
We've had nursery schools, clinics, corporates, homes, schools particularly, that have to have water to be able to give the kids, because they'll have no water at home either, so they come to this one, they get it.
The water crisis is not just a Cape Town issue, it's a global phenomenon. We've seen other world-class destinations around the world, basically, that have also gone through water crisis issue. I think you're starting to see South Africa playing the lead role in actually, creating the benchmark as to how world-class cities respond to water crisis. That said, however, is that we want to make sure that we send the message out there that South Africa, Cape Town, is open for tourism. However, we want all of our tourists, both domestically and internationally, to be astutely aware of the water crisis and some of the restrictions that are in place.
As the new normal kicks in for many businesses and residents, there's hope that the rains will come before day zero arrives. But many fear it'll take a long time to fill the banks of this dam. Marketplace Africa will continue to monitor how businesses are dealing with the water crisis in Cape Town. After the break, I'll be introducing you to a company that some of those businesses may go to for advice on introducing new innovations. Stay with us.